Hey kids, parts are starting to come in. And this is the most important one. This is the Honda OEM wiring harness. I always feel a little fancy when I get these official Honda boxes. I feel like I should like save them or something. How about a fancy unboxing for a bunch of wire? Look, paper. Just sprinkled stuff. There's the wiring harness, guys. This is a monster. Wow. So we got everything. We got all kinds of things. There is. I haven't actually found what I'm looking for just yet. I'm not real sure they sent me the right wiring harness. Alright, so here's our fuel injector rail. I need that. I need the fuel injector connector. Do I see? That goes through the firewall over there. So that is that wiring harness. All that nasty stuff. Which is great, but that's not what I was looking for. I need this. So did I order the wrong part or did they just send me the wrong part? Well, kids, bad news. Turns out that was the wrong wiring harness. That's my mistake. I looked it up on the website and I just assumed that the engine room wiring harness, being so massive and kind of the way it was drawn, I assumed that it had the section of the wiring that I wanted, but it doesn't. Anyway, I've started the RMA process on that. I've never tried to return anything to Honda Parts now. It'll be interesting to see how that works out. They've asked for pictures of the box, the item number, and why I'm returning it. And I just submitted all that. It's kind of automated. So, what do we do now? Well, I do have this big box now of parts that we can also do. Here is a water pump. This is an Assen? How do you say that? Eisen? Japanese water pump. Water pump gasket. Got a new belt. It's a Gates belt. I'm personally very confident in Gates products. They work very well. Got a thermostat. This is a Duralast. It's not an OEM. I kind of debated getting an OEM or whether or not that was worth it. New gasket. I decided to go with the Duralast. We're going to see how it Duralasts. I spent a little money and got a Gates tensioner as well. These are manufactured in Mexico. Got a crank seal. Oh, I got a PVC, that wheel sensor that I broke. I ended up ordering one from Amazon, and guess what? It had the wrong plug on the end. It had the male plug instead of the female plug. Monies have changed hands, items have been acquired, and a plan is in place. We're going to start with something I can get done today in one video, which is the thermostat. To attack this thermostat, we're going to go ahead and start by pulling the splash guard underneath. I want to try and save as many little pins as I can. I'm actually missing a few, and that is something I want to address this time around. I'm working on the car, is that I want to replace any of these pins, any little small hardware items that might be missing. I want to do this stuff up as well as I can this time. Lost that one. Doesn't have the little nubs to pull it out correctly. Toast. And this one. And this one. I gotta tell you, this little tool, it's worth buying. I think it was about $5 at Harbor Freight. I've done other videos on replacing and removing the splash guard, so if I'm not giving you enough detail this time around, go look those up. And that's handy as a pocket on a shirt right there, I tell you. It'll even get the ones that are mangled, the ones that are all chewed up and you can't hardly get a grip on them. You can yank those out if you're persistent with it. I remember how many of these need to come out. Yeah, that helps for sure. These two have to come out, which is fine, because that's going to give us better access to all this stuff we're going to be playing with here shortly, the water pump and the crank pulley and all that good stuff. There's that crank sensor we were talking about earlier and the splice job that I put in there with wire nuts. We'll see where that goes by the time this series is ended. That's everything. That's your splash guard, kids. Tells you a lot. See all this crud over here? That's where that belt came apart, started coming apart. And if you've got coolant leaks, you'll start to see them here. This looks like some kind of oil leak or coolant leak. We'll have to get a look at that and see what we got going on. Inspect your parts though, figure them out. I'll clean this up before I put it back on. So then my next question is, do I have enough clearance sitting on the ground here to drain my coolant? I'm gonna try and save it in this bucket because you can reuse it, and we may. Let's see. Yeah, that's gonna work just fine. There's a pitcock under here, which is a funny word that means valve, drain valve. Once I get it open, I take out the radiator cap, which relieves the vacuum on the system, lets it drain a little quicker. Once you got everything situated, you can take that pitcock white plastic piece all the way out and it'll drain a lot quicker. Now I need to go pee, and my hands are all nasty. That's great. That, right in the middle of your screen, is the thermostat. This is the lower radiator hose. See that wire nut? That goes to my AC compressor. We're going to be soldering that and fixing it correctly. All these little temporary things that I was going to get back to that I never did, those are going to get fixed this time around. Little things like this. See this wire? This should be just clipped in there. That's all. Took the top plate off this thing, 5 of those plastic pins, and really I just did it so we could get a little light down there and we could kind of get a look at things from the top. But this is a strange and unusual thermostat rig. Do you see that little loop sticking up on that? That's a wire retainer. Basically what you've got there is on the end of the hose there's a piece of plastic, and then on the housing for the thermostat there's another piece of plastic. Those two slide into each other, and then that little metal clip holds them together. So we got to pull that clip back and release the hose from the thermostat housing. So to get the clip off, I'm just going to take this great big screwdriver and lower it down there and turn it. See, it just pulls that clip right out. That clip is the one I pulled out from the top. Just slide it back. It's got a little notch it'll fall into. There's only 3 bolts that hold this thermostat into the housing. So the question now is, can I wrestle the hose loose from the housing, or do I have to take all of this out together? So this is our new one. This tells us we've got 3 bolts and this little plastic connector for a cable. So I want to get that loose and see about getting that top bolt. Big ass screwdriver. So many uses, 1,001 uses. Punk, pop that right out, see there? See how my cable come right out of there? Now I can hopefully get to that top bolt, which should be the only real tricky part of this job. All right, urethra, I won. All right, let's see if we can pull the hose off of that end. That was much easier. Now I got a little more room. We want this piece to come off. Hey, urethra. What do I say about persistence? Few things are as effective. All right, so now we get to eat all that. That might give me a little bit more room to get my stupid wrench on and get the stupid thing off. All right, I found my 10mm deep oil 3/8. See if I can get that on there and make this happen. Ba-doo-boo-boo. I think it's gonna work. Yep, there we go. Oh yeah. Lovely. Lovely. All right, that's the way to go, guys. Just a little wrestling with that fitting. It did finally come off. All right, there's the top bolt. Yay, look at that little weirdo. Let's put that in the bucket. Now, the two bottom ones should go pretty easy, he said, as if he knew what he was talking about. All right, now that I've shown you how to do all of that with mostly hand tools, I'm going to switch to the Mighty Pneumatics because I have them. And I got a new air compressor. I'll show you that later. See how wonderful that is? Of course, I know you guys probably don't have an air compressor. And I know that one of the keys of this channel has been in not using too many specialty shop tools. But I gotta get this done today, and you've seen how to do it with regular tools. Bloop. Got my bolt. There's my bolt. Alright guys, that's the thermostat loose. Loose as a goose. Let's see what we got. Yuck. So there she is, kids. Is there anything wrong with it? Probably not. That's not why I'm changing it. This is a preventative measure. It's considerably different compared to the Honda unit. The housing looks pretty well identical, but the metal piece that actually does the thermostating, the valve, looks incredibly different. So let's take this experiment to the next level. So take this thermostat housing, go ahead and put the little O-ring in that came with it and slap that monkey back on there. Fits in the housing good, no problem there. Let me find my bolt. That top bolt is definitely a challenge, guys. As bolts go, on a scale of 1 to 10, that's a solid 9 right there. All right, all 3 bolts are started. That top one being a mother. Let's see if I can do it with the air ratchet this time. I don't want to go crazy on that. It's only plastic, and this air ratchet does have a little power to it. There's one. Now let's do that top one. I will point out that it is a lot easier with the air ratchet, isn't it? Everybody likes their Milwaukee stuff, all its battery powers. Give me an air ratchet any day over that. All right, now we got to get this fitting back on, the new hose back on. I got a new hose. Did I tell you I got a new hose? I got a new hose. Okay, so here's that fitting again. I'm going to go ahead and put the wire clip on now. How'd that go? Ah, there it goes. So you just clip it in like this on either side. When we get it installed, we'll push it down and it'll snap into the second position. Keyed, see? So it'll only go on one way. Let's find out what that way is. Because I don't think I recall. Oh, I do recall though, because the clip was pointed right at the air compressor, remember? Yeah. So it's kind of like right here. And kind of like that right there. And now it's kind of like locked on and it's kind of done. Wow, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. New hose, meet blue hose. All kinds of hose, we likes to hose. Why a blue hose? Why not? I have one. I ordered it a long time ago. I've had it for years. And this bottom hose is 20 years old at least. Many moons. All right, so there's our clamp on there. Boink, there's that one. I find the end of these hoses to be just a little long, so I trim them off. And there goes that one. Slide the old clamp rooney down. Where's my screwdriver? You might like those stainless steel type units better with the big screw on them. I don't like them because they have a bad habit of getting over tightened, squeezing the hose and causing more damage. And I feel like they are leak prone. So I like these Honda ones, or whatever you call this type, this locking type that is kind of set to go back to the same position every time. I like these better. They hold really well. They don't overhold. And they do a good job. So guys, we are done. These hoses, they last a lot longer than the old ones did. Back when I was a kid, hoses would normally break down because your car leaked so much oil, it would soak into the hoses and they'd explode. So I got a question for you. After watching me do that, do you feel like you could do that job? Do you feel like you could do it without an air wrench? Speaking of which, let me show you my air compressor and brag about that deal. This is my new air compressor. This is a North Star that I found in the pawn shop for $200, and it's insanely quiet. I'm kind of disturbed at how quiet it is. Sounds like a refrigerator. I put it in this little closet, shut this door. So if I put it in this closet and shut this door, you guys remember the old air compressor? That thing I used to have to take breaks every time it kicked on because it was so loud you couldn't hear me talking. So that's it, guys. We're not going to button up the splash guard or anything because I've got more work to do. We're going to clean up some wiring and those connectors and just look for general issues. And I've still got to replace the water pump. I think that's what we're going to do next. So till next time, this is Clint Searcy saying you can do it. I promise you can change out the thermostat on this thing. Even though it's weird, it's a little tight, I've got these big meat hooks, and if I can get it off, you can too. See you next time.